Caution, pedestrian detected.
Hi, I'm Peter Haddock and I'm here with Blair, FCC Environment, Lincolnshire Energy from Waste Plant. This site has already done 1 million tonnes and turned it into electricity. And we're here to talk about safety, Blair. And we can see the action is hotting up behind us here, bin lorries coming in all the time. But you've also got a JCB waste telehandler behind us, but it's shining some red lights around. What's that all about?
Yeah, so recently we've fitted the FHOSS AI detection system to our telehandler. So as you can see in the tipping hall, we do have pedestrians moving about sometimes.
Yep.
So a big thing for us at FCC is keeping people away from mobile plant.
Yep.
And allowing the operators to actually be aware if there is anyone within the exclusion zone. So the red lights that you're seeing around the machine, that's sort of a visual aid for the exclusion zone.
Yep.
And then fitted to the system is a set of basic cameras that will detect if a person walks within that exclusion zone.
So Blair, when we're talking about AI detection, it recognises the human form because you've got a lot of waste that's been put together by humans.
Yes.
That you're actually pushing into the centre here.
Yeah.
So that's really important that it recognises the people
Yes.
and the cameras around it.
Yes.
But also we are in a busy environment, we are in a dusty environment as well.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that you were talking to me about earlier is actually, Peter, what we do is set up in the morning, because
Yeah.
this is 24 hours rolling site here, folks. You set up in the morning
Yeah.
and test it as well, don't you?
Yes, so part of our operators' pre-use checks is that they'll obviously start the machine up. They'll do a walk around of the system and just make sure the cameras are picking them up and that the alarms are going off. So it's just part of our sort of pre-use safety checks in conjunction with all the other usual checks that you would do on mobile plant. So it's because it's such a critical system, it's important that we test it, the operators test it every day, and then me as a manager, I'll also do inspections on it as well, make sure everything's working.
And also, these sort of things give you, as the manager, information about what's going on at site. So
Yeah.
the alerts are coming in where we're actually walking in, we're going to do a test, and it's going to be a safe test in the environment here, folks. You're getting that data back as to when there is an alert, isn't there? So, for example, we do have a walkway here, but if the telehandler, like we parked it there, particularly, we can see behind us is the red light, that's the exclusion zone. You'll get that information, won't you?
Yes, so with our partnership with FHOSS, we've got access to an evidence locker. So any breaches of our 5 metre exclusion zone, it's recorded by the system and then uploaded, and that's available for me to review. So I can see, if there's any breaches that are sort of like unauthorised.
Yep.
We'll then put that as a near miss on our reporting software, and it also allows us to sort of review how we do things as a site. So we're getting that breach data in terms of the number of breaches, but we're also getting the context of the breaches.
Yep.
So for example, the machine's stationary at the minute. If someone walks within 5 metres, the operator's aware it's not a hazard. It's more if the vehicle's in motion, we can then understand, right, why has that happened? How can we improve things as a site to mitigate and maybe engineer out any potential possibilities of when that can happen?
So it gives you real world information as well as
Yeah.
to people's habits. And I think what's interesting about that is people have got a job to do. They're coming here, they're unloading the skip, they're then manually getting out of their vehicle and then, pulling the skip down. We've seen that in operation already. But also what's interesting is the fact that you hear that audible alarm
Caution, pedestrian detected.
as well, don't you, when we go through that. And the system alerts the operator inside
Caution, pedestrian detected.
at the
Yes.
same time.
Yeah.
So there's very,
Yeah.
very big backups around the safety element, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's giving both the pedestrian and the operator the heads up of you're too close to the machine, you need to back away, or letting the driver know there's somebody within the area, please do a check around and stop the vehicle. So if the vehicle's in motion and that detects someone, operators will stop the vehicle and do a check round.
So equally, what's really important about this site is it runs 24/7. So currently, Blair, it's light. So we're getting more light coming in here, but we can still see those zones even in this context.
Yeah.
But the reason why you opted for the light system from FHOSS with the AI is because when it gets darker, then people can visibly see that more as well, can't they?
Yeah, so it just gives an extra visual aid, say when it is dark. So obviously we've got lighting in here, but there are instances where it is dark on site. So it just gives that extra bit of sort of visual awareness of how close you can get to the machine and where to stay away from. So yeah, it's given us a bit of flexibility around 24 hours. So we feel a bit safer with the system running on nights, because to say we have night shifts running, so the machine will get used on nights occasionally. So it's good to know that it's very easy to notice it.
So folks, also you've got a wheel loader outside as well, which doesn't need the lighting stuff because it's working outside, but that's also got the system on it as well, doesn't it?
Yes, so we fitted it to our wheeled loading shovel. That's primarily used for loading ash, so a byproduct to the process. So that's active mainly in the ash hole, and so we use that for, again, it'll let us know if a driver's for the Arctics has gone out of their cab or whatever. So it just gives everyone a bit of visibility on site. So yeah, it's been good on that as well. Yeah.
So we're creating energy from waste, but we're doing it safely. We're illuminating the situation. We're keeping the operator doing their job, knowing that they've got a safety system. We're checking it, as you should do with every safety system. And basically, we're getting the productivity out here, million tons of waste, lots of energy, a busy site, but better protected. Blair, it's really great to meet you today. Yeah. Shining a light on AI and safety. Yeah. Cheers.
Oh, thanks, mate.